Hey guys, welcome back. With over 200,000 views and almost 20,000 likes, I think it's safe to say that you guys really enjoyed the Halo Reach Spartan armor video. However, that video only showed one side of the armory, a side the prophets deem as heresy. So today we're going to go through the lore for all the Halo Reach elite armors, although we're actually going to go a bit deeper than before because these armors aren't just armor. Each is in fact a rank held by elites within the Covenant military. And we're going to be diving into not only the armors, but the ranks as well. Now, not only did this video take a long time to make, but my hard drive with all my YouTube files died when I was making it, so I had to start this video again from scratch. So if you do enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to leave a like and also subscribe if you're new to alleviate my suffering, and maybe check out my merch too. The shirts are all designed by yours truly, and they are fire. Almost as fire as a blessed glassing beam. But anyways, let's dive into the holy side of the armory, blessed by the hierarchs themselves.
On the blood of our fathers, on the blood of our sons, we swore to uphold the covenant, even to our dying breath.
Despite what the name might imply, elite miners are still extremely deadly. From childhood, all elites are raised to be exceptional warriors, and despite their low rank, the miners are no different. Their armor, although relatively basic, still gets the job done. It has near full body coverage, but still allows its hingehead user to retain maximum mobility. It comes in a standard issue light blue, a tradition across all the eras of the elite miners, and has never been known to deviate in colour, likely to ensure that lower ranking elites are labelled as such and not mistaken for a more honourable warrior. The energy shielding system built into the miner harness is the weakest of all the elites except for the stealth variants, but still offers decent protection. In battle, the elite miners are often seen leading small lances of grunts and jackals, or if they manage to prove their bravery, they've been known to report directly to a major. However, if after their first campaign they fail to prove their honour enough to warrant a promotion to major, many miners have been known to commit suicide to retain their honour. How very Japanese of them. On the flip side, if a miner does manage to prove themselves and doesn't end up committing seppuku, they're promoted to a major. However, the major isn't exactly present in Reach. Instead, one of the sub-ranks of the major is the elite officer. As such, their armour deviates a fair amount from the typical major, as you can see. It's far more intricate and ceremonial, the shoulder pieces are much larger, and the helmet is a totally different shape, even featuring an intimidating curved spike on the top. The officer armour has only ever been seen in two different colourways. During the Fall of Reach, it was seen with blood red and gold colouring, and during the War on Alpha Halo, it was seen burgundy and white, both equally as imposing. In combat, the officer behaves the same as a regular major. Some officers command larger lancers of elite miners, grunts and jackals. Others commandeer wraiths and banshees, with some from a select order even piloting seraphs above the battlefield, and some simply command squads of troops ruthlessly. However, although they are typically infantry units, not all officers serve on the field. Some report directly to ship and fleet masters, acting as their commanders on the ground, and a select few have even been known to act as a shipmaster's direct second-in-command aboard their ship. Within the Covenant military exists the Special Operations branch, much like in our own modern-day militaries. All warriors within this branch are selected to conduct highly specialised and sensitive missions that don't concern the regular military. These missions include sabotage, assassinations, and infiltration, and are often sanctioned by the High Prophets themselves. As such, the armour worn by elites within the Special Operations branch has to be highly specialised in its design, and the Spec Ops infiltration armour from Reach is no exception to this. As the name implies, the infiltration armour is used primarily for infiltration missions, and to facilitate that, it creates an extremely low profile. Although quite large, the shoulder pieces conform to the body, and the helmet, like the rest of the body, has an extremely curved design, all to ensure the lowest profile possible. To further aid with these missions, it comes with an inbuilt active camouflage unit, but with a trade-off of much weaker energy shielding. In Reach, the harness tends to come in either dark red or black, but a variant of it, worn by the Silent Shadow, a group of elite Spec Ops warriors, comes in a brighter red with either a red or blue visor replacing the small eye holes. Early on in the war, the armor was worn by the Arbiter and his Zealots, and later on, it was worn by Spec Ops and Stealth Elites that served in his fleet during the Battle of Reach and the Battle of Alpha Halo. Throughout the Covenant War, there was little that UNSC ships feared more than a band of elite rangers. These elites, who operated under the command of fleet security within the Covenant Special Warfare Group, conducted arguably some of the Covenant's most dangerous tasks, and if that wasn't already enough to fear, all Rangers are volunteers, elites who are willing to risk the most painful of death to prove their honor. From ship defense and space combat to aerial engagements and combat in biohazardous zones, the Rangers were a fearless division of elites whose armor was the only thing between them and an excruciating death. Because most of their operating zones were devoid of breathable air, they had to rely on their suits to provide it for them, and as such, they're vacuum sealed and provide their own oxygen supply. On the back is a thruster pack which is used for greater mobility in both G and zero-G environments. In space, these thrusters aid in the boarding of ships, something that Rangers absolutely excel at, and on land, they allow the user to stay on the move and flank the demons with ease. The Elite Ultras pose one of the greatest threats to the UNSC infantry in the entire army. These are elites who have tossed aside commander and leadership roles in favour of a career fueled purely by bloodlust. Although some have been known to lead troops into battle, most Ultras serve the hierarchs as nothing but elite warriors. Some commanded scarabs, while others opted to engage in battle in a more honourable manner with an energy sword. Within their ranks, they often elect special representatives known as delegatus, elites who would swear a binding oath to another Ultra to obey their orders until their objectives were complete. These many traits gave the Ultras a legendary status among the Covenant, going so far as having records of their achievements stored in High Charity's record vaults, and their armor complements their status perfectly. Typically a shiny white, it comes adorned with red markings that resemble war paint, along with extremely strong shields. The overall design is incredibly sleek, conforming well to the elite's body, and the helmet is extremely intimidating. Complementing the elite's already towering height, the eye slots give off a terrifying glare down upon any demon who tries to stop an Ultra from satiating their bloodlust. As the name implies, the Elite Zealots are some of the most holy and high-ranking of all the elites in the Covenant military. Many elites believe that those who become Zealots were born with an innate desire to kill, a characteristic that fuels their exceptional skill in battle. Their legacy can be traced all the way back to the pre-Covenant era, and in the later years of the Covenant, many different Zealot groups lived their lives by certain interpretations of ancient codes of honor. Their extreme devotion to religion made them perfect for foreigner artifact retrieval and intelligence gathering, or alternatively, made them the perfect choice for silencing anyone or anything the prophets deemed as a heretic. In fitting with their innate savagery and frequent execution orders, Zealots can also be deemed as assassins, and often served with specialized groups of stealth elites. However, some Zealots were given different roles in the Covenant. The roles of Shipmaster and Supreme Commander were often filled by Zealots, and one of the most high-ranking commander positions within the entire Covenant, the Field Marshal rank, was attainable only by Zealots. But whether their position was on the field or commanding troops in the backlines, nothing was ever as feared as a Zealot and his cleansing blade. To fit their role, their armor was incredibly ceremonial in design, adorned with what appear to be light blue foreigner markings, and either coloured a deep crimson, a light gold, or ultra silver. The helmet is incredibly flat to ensure a low profile, and like the rest of the armor, conforms with the body well to give off an aura of superiority to all lucky enough to bear witness to them and their blade, be it ally or heretic. When it comes to occupying enemy territory, the elite general is almost always in command of the Covenant army that gets the job done. Whether it be to search for a high-value target or to seek out vital foreign artifacts, generals will personally lead troops into battle and command entire invasion forces of hundreds of thousands of troops from the ground or from their ship to ensure the Prophet's will is done. Be they generals on the ground or generals acting as shipmasters, to achieve this prestigious rank takes years of service on the front lines, purging demons and heresy from the Prophet's holy lands. For achieving such a veteran status, generals are blessed with extremely strong energy shields and are permitted to use heavier equipment in battle, from few rod cannons to plasma launchers and even armor lock units. Their armor is as grandiose as their rank. Coming in a vibrant, shiny gold, it increases their profile to the point where their presence is always known, by friend or foe, and for good reason. The large shoulders and even larger headdress emanate a vastly superior and imperative honor, one that ensures all who witness it know the cost of what was done to earn it. And finally, we have the Elite Field Marshal, one of the highest known ranks not only in the entire Covenant, but also within the Zealot Order. Their role within the Covenant was much the same as the General, except on a larger scale. Where Generals commanded large invasion forces, Field Marshals command entire planetary invasions. They report directly to Fleet Masters and hold the ultimate authority on the battlefield. And yet, despite their crucial role in organising an invasion, their innate Zealot-born bloodlust draws them to the front lines of battle. It's from here where they most prefer to direct operations and command their troops, as opposed to being safely tucked away on a ship somewhere in orbit. That's just not honourable compared to being on the front line with your brothers. One of the many reasons elites within the Zealot Order outshine the rest. Given their affiliation with the Zealots, their armour is a slightly modified version of the Zealot armour, with shoulder pieces inspired directly by their general subordinates. It comes in the same sets of colours with the same foreigner markings and same body armour, except now, to denote their far higher rank, the helmet comes fitted with two spikes, imitating the horns of an ancient beast and giving off a threatening aura. Throughout the entire Covenant War, the Field Marshals and their honour were one of the biggest instruments in ensuring the Prophet's will was done. And so, that is the lore behind all of the Halo Reach elite armors and the ranks they represent within the Covenant. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This one was honestly so much fun to write because, honestly, I love talking about the elites almost as much as the Flood. Like, if you couldn't already tell by that intro, they are one of my favourite things about Halo, like, entirely. Ever since Halo 2 and the Arbiter and the elite missions and all that stuff, I've absolutely just loved everything about the elites. Not in that way. Definitely not in that way. From their, like, culture to their behaviour to just the way they talk and the way they fight and everything. It's so damn cool. So I always just relish the opportunity to make a video about them and their culture and all that good stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I do really want to make a video talking about all the Halo 3 Spartan and Elite armor lore as well as Reach, so if you did enjoy this video and you do want to see that, then don't forget to show your support down below by hitting the like button and smacking that good old-fashioned subscribe button. I hate myself for saying that. Oh, just please subscribe if you enjoyed. Alrighty, I want to give a huge thank you to Josiah Olsen for becoming an iconic one over on Patreon, along with everybody else who supports me over there as well. I do appreciate it. And thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys a lot. And I'll catch you in the next one.